How tired are you? This is a topic that comes up in conversations all the time with clients during my talks. This topic of tiredness and accepting it as a normal. And what is abnormal tiredness and what is something that's actually is quite normal to experience. So in this video, we will look at a little bit more of how to define your tiredness. At what point do you think that you need to seek help with it? And be able to recognize when you actually have an ongoing sleep problem that is causing you to be more than just tired, more than just a little bit tired, and this normal that we started to accept. Welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Beatrix Schmidt, and I'm the author of the Sleep Deep Method. So as a sleep coach and a professional speaker, I help professionals overcome lifestyle-related insomnia and all those problems around that area of insomnia. So if you're looking for practical tips and advice, subscribe to my channel and come back each week when I share more practicalities, more tips and advice that you can put into your everyday life so you can overcome those sleep struggles. The first thing I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to this topic of tiredness is quite a cultural one, when we are very easy to say that we're tired and we keep saying it every single day. Oh no, I'm okay, I'm fine, I'm just a little bit tired. But often when I come across clients who have been struggling with sleep problems for years and not yet recognize how tired they have become over the years. And just the other day I had a conversation with someone who was looking to improve their sleep. And when I've asked them about tiredness, they said, no, I'm actually okay. But, I just don't sleep as well as I slept a couple of years ago. And when we actually gone deeper into this topic of tiredness, we realized that over the last couple of years, they've actually become exhausted, not just tired. They fall to sleep on the sofa. They feel really, really tired during the day. And one of the things that I really want to point out in this situation of tiredness is if you're falling asleep during the day, please make sure that you seek help for it. Because it could be that you're actually experiencing a sleep problem, a sleep disorder that you have never even thought about. And this is one of the things that I really am able to establish when I do a consultation with someone. Because we need to have an honest conversation about how tired are we on a scale 1 to 10. So the first thing I would invite you to do is to really pause for a moment and consider how tired you feel each and every single day, because it's going to help you to take this seriously and allocate the time to overcome those sleep problems. The second part I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to this topic of tiredness is that we need to start looking at it from a different perspective. During our days, we go through different energy levels, which is totally normal for our body to go through. Generally in the morning, we will feel more energized after sleep. Even if your sleep isn't great, you will generally have a little bit more energy towards the morning than towards your evening. Again, it can vary, so I'm not here to diagnose you or diagnose the situation, but generally speaking, in the morning we tend to have a little bit more energy. And then during our day, it is normal for our body to go through different stages of the day, different types of energy levels as we go through doing different types of jobs perhaps, or maybe you're exercising in the morning or in the afternoon. So when you look at your entire 24 hours, or taking the sleep part out, looking at those awake hours, when are those energy dips that you're experiencing? Is it the usual 3 o'clock in the afternoon? Or do you already feel tired at 11 o'clock, needing perhaps a coffee to keep you going during the day? So when you look at your tiredness, look at what are those energy dips that you have during the day, because this can straight away relate to perhaps an eating habit. If you might not have breakfast, it is probably more likely for you to experience an energy dip halfway through your morning, versus if you had breakfast, which allows your body to create that energy for the morning, and maybe it's going to be later on in the afternoon. Another thing to bear in mind with tiredness and this distribution of energy levels during the day is perhaps a food intolerance that you might not be aware of. If you have watched some of my previous videos, you will know that I mentioned this a couple of times, because this is something that I realized when I struggled with my insomnia, that I was dairy intolerant, which meant that when I was eating something like a creamy pasta sauce, afterwards, for example, after lunch, I would have this massive sense of sort of energy dip and this feeling of exhaustion, feeling of tiredness, feeling of sleepiness. But it's not that it was relating to exactly my sleep, but it was relating to the food that I was eating. So look at your during the day energy levels and start to establish which are those points that you feel more tired. The third thing I wanted to share with you in this topic of tiredness and sleep problems is something called the Epworth Sleepiness Score, which is basically a way for medical professionals to establish level of sleepiness, level of tiredness, to relate to some of the sleep disorders that are currently diagnosable. So this score helps the medical professionals to establish for a patient what their level of sleepiness is during the day. So this is used in various different sleep disorders, and when patients are potentially fall under the sleep disorder part of struggling with sleep. And this score is very useful even for you to establish how tired or how sleepy do you feel during the day. So if you want a copy of that, I'm very happy to guide you to a place where you can download it. And this is a good resource to use if you actually want to go see your medical professionals to do with your sleep problems. So it's called, once again, the Epworth Sleepiness Score. You can even Google it and find a copy or websites, but if you want one, I'm very happy to provide you with one, and you can explore this level of tiredness that you might be experiencing. The fourth part I wanted to talk to you about when it comes to this rating of tiredness and acknowledging how tired you are from being exhausted all the way to being energized is another resource that I use with my clients all the time, and that's the sleep diary. And again, if you've seen some of my previous videos, you will know that I use the sleep diary on an ongoing basis with clients. And the sleep diary is a really great way for you to first of all understand what kind of quality of the sleep that you have, and also how does that affect your energy levels. Because often when we wake up in the morning tired, we're not sitting there thinking, how tired do I feel? But it's actually a really good reference point for you to establish what kind of quality sleep did you have and what kind of quality sleep would you like to have, so that it actually allows you to become more energized in the morning and throughout your entire day. So if you want a copy of the sleep diary, I'll include it below this video for you to actually go ahead, download it, and start exploring these very two important dynamics with your sleep struggles. First, the quality of your sleep, and secondly, the level of energy that you feel you have in the mornings. It's over to you. I would love to know how you would rate your level of energy or tiredness today, in this moment in time when you're watching this video. So 1 being the worst ever, the most tired, the most exhausted you've ever felt in your life, and 10 being the most energized that you've ever been. So give it a number and let's have a look at each other's tiredness or energy levels, and this will be a great way for you to start establishing what are those numbers for you each and every day. And bear in mind, each and every day they will be different. Your level of tiredness will be different, even if it's fractionally different, but it will be different each day based on a lot of different things that might happen during the day and the quality of your sleep at night. Did you like this video about tiredness? If you did, hit the like button below, subscribe to my channel, and share it with a friend, a colleague, or a family member that might be struggling with sleeping very well at night. And don't forget to come back each week, because I share more practical ways you can overcome your insomnia, overcome tiredness, all those different things that might come with not being able to sleep really well at night. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next week in yet another video.